This is your Detroit City Council President, Brenda Jones, a citizen's voice, joining you for coffee, water, tea, whatever your favorite beverage is, and conversation. We also are live on Facebook at facebook.com/CP Brenda Jones for those who would like to see the panelists. This morning, like all mornings, I began by thanking God for waking me up. This is the day that the Lord hath made. We must rejoice and be glad in it. When someone asks me how I'm doing, I say, I am blessed by the best in spite of all of this mess. And this COVID-19 is definitely a mess. But we are Detroiters and we are strong. We are strong and we carry on. So I'm carrying on doing what you expect me to do. I'm hosting my regular coffee, tea, water, whatever your favorite beverage is, and conversations to keep you informed on City of Detroit matters. Instead of being at your local McDonald's or Coney Island, I am in the comfort of my home and you are in the comfort of yours. So get your favorite morning beverage and let's spend some time together. Today, we are going to focus on Senior Citizens Matters. We will be joined by Ms. Brenda Price, AARP, in her red, Ms. Crystal Hood of the Detroit Area Agency on Aging, Ms. Latoya Hall from Wayne State University, Ms. Nicole Sherrod Freeman from City of Detroit Workforce, and Ms. Evette Griffie from DTE. After our last Senior Matters presentation, I will open the line for callers to ask questions and to make comments. If you would like to do so, please press *9 to ask your question. Remember, we are on Facebook Live at facebook.com/CP Brenda Jones. Before we hear from our first panelist, I just want to give you a quick update on what's going on with Detroit City Council. We will resume our meetings this coming up Monday at 10 a.m. We will meet virtually, just as we are today, and you can watch us on Comcast Channel 10 or on the city's website. Today at 2 p.m., I will be hosting a community digital meeting assistance outreach. This will be your opportunity to ask questions about how to participate in public comments and in other ways to engage during Detroit City Council's digital meetings. You can join this afternoon at 2 p.m. by calling the same number we are using for this meeting. Also, the Community Digital Meeting Assistance Outreach will be live on my Facebook page. Next week, the full City Council will meet virtually in executive sessions to finalize the budget for fiscal year 2020-2021. Committee meetings will begin again on May 4th. An ordinance that I sponsored that would exempt senior citizens ages 60 and over from paying a recreation fee for a pass or membership is currently scheduled to be referred to the Neighborhood and Community Services Committee on May 7th. Many senior citizens in Detroit and everywhere live on fixed income, and they may not be able to afford services and activities offered by the recreation center. And although we currently are not able to enjoy those recreation activities, the ordinance seeks to provide seniors residing in the city an opportunity to attend activities, programs, and services offered at city recreation centers that will promote their physical and mental health, their social life, and their overall well-being once we are allowed to resume normal, and I say normal, whatever that may be, everyday life activities. We know it's going to be a little different from what we have right now and what we have been experiencing. So I'm waiting to see what normal is going to be. I've requested a 2-week bring back from the committee to allow for community and council member feedback. If you would like to show your support or voice your comments, please call 313-224-1245 or visit detroitmi.gov/Brenda Jones and click the legislative engagement link. So now, for our coffee, tea, water, whatever your favorite beverage is, we're going to have our first panelist. And our first panelist is going to be, I don't know, I know we have someone who has an emergency, but our first panel is scheduled to be Ms. Brenda Price from AARP. She will give us an update on what services AARP is providing to our Detroit seniors. Good morning, Ms. Price, and you're red.
Good morning. Can I be heard? I had some technical problems.
I can barely hear you.
Can you hear me better now?
I can hear you now.
Great. I'm going to get very close to the microphone. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I am Brenda Price, the Associate State Director with AARP in Southeast Michigan, serving Detroit. I am a lifelong resident of Detroit, so Council President, I really appreciate you sharing information with our citizens on a regular basis. AARP is working nationally and at the state level and locally in this COVID-19 era. At the federal level, we have been advocating on behalf of all of our members, which are 38+ million members in the country, and also families and members, people that are non-members, on legislation to support financial security, be that the stimulus package to increase that amount that is awarded to families, or be it food security. We have had town hall meetings across the country. There was one last night that anybody could call into about healthcare disparities, something we're seeing so much of here locally in other urban environments. I encourage you to call in to those town hall meetings so that you can get your questions answered. In order to call in, you will get a robocall. So when you get a robocall from AARP that says join this call with a legislator, please sign on, because it's an opportunity for you to listen, get new information, and possibly get your questions answered. In Michigan, we've had over 20,000 people on a call with the governor, another call with Senator Peters and Senator Stabenow. And we continue to do these calls weekly in Michigan and across the country. So I just encourage you to get engaged with that if you are not. Another program that we launched as a result of COVID-19 and people being isolated, we had concerns about isolation because people need to socially connect. So we established a call-in number. If you have a pencil, I'm going to give that number out. A call-in number that if you're feeling lonely, just want to talk to somebody, we have over 800 volunteers who signed up to be trained to receive your call. You can call in at a moment, or you can have calls scheduled to call you to talk. That number is 888-888-8255. And I will repeat, 888-281-0145. We also have been working locally at the state level, working with state health service offices and agencies, so that services can be coordinated, so that people can get access to food and resources. And I know that there's going to be another presenter on this call that is going to give you more detail. But we have been working feverishly, even though we're all working at home across the country, to make sure that seniors and people 50 plus are.
It's hard to hear you, Ms. Price. We're having a problem hearing you again.
We have been working feverishly to make sure that those 50 plus are receiving the services that they need across the country and in the city of Detroit. Our volunteers in Detroit, since they've been at home, have also been working on the census, making calls, reminding people to please get your census form in and connecting them with the online opportunity to get that done. So we have not stopped working during this process. I want to give out my email address if anyone has any questions or concerns or any services that we might be able to help you with now or in the future. My email is B as in Brenda, bprice@aarp.org. My phone number is 313-689-3485, 689-3485. After COVID-19, I would love to come out. Our volunteers would love to come out and help you and support you with the numerous programs that we offer around caregiving. And in the interim, we will be launching virtual programs that you can get online or get on the phone like you are now to learn about our programming around brain health and our programming around fraud. Those are the two priorities that we are going to focus on during COVID-19. I want to thank you for this opportunity this morning, Council President. I will stay on the line if there are any questions. Thank you.
Thank you so very much for that presentation. If you have questions, just remember to press *9. We're going to have our presentations first, and then we will go to our questions and comments for our panelists. So we want to do our presentations first. Ms. Hall, are you ready to go, or do we go? Are you ready, Ms. Hall?
Yes, I can go.
Okay, because Ms. Hall, Ms. Hood, if you don't mind to stand by Ms. Hall, you're up. And I'd like to again say good morning to you and thank you for joining us this morning. I know you are not going to be able to stay with us because you had an emergency arise, but I would like for you to give your presentation. So if you can go right ahead on with your presentations, we are listening.
Yes, so my name is Latoya Hall. I am from the Wayne State University Institute of Gerontology. I am a director for the SAFE program, and SAFE stands for Successful Aging Through Financial Empowerment. And what we deal with in SAFE is we deal with keeping our older adults in the Metro Detroit area safe from being victims of scams and identity theft. And then also individuals who have found themselves victimized by scams or have identity theft, we offer a no-cost one-on-one service for those individuals to get financial coaching to work through any of the steps that they need to work through to get past that scam or identity theft, all their reporting needs, anything we need to do with credit bureaus, anything we need to do with companies who have fraudulent accounts. We really assist them step by step in doing all of those things. Today I wanted to come on, and I'm seeing an increase of older adults calling me about scams associated with COVID-19. And so I wanted to come on and just talk to the older adults about, watching out for themselves and protecting themselves, and some of the things that I've seen, some of the notices that I've gotten from the FTC. A huge one, and I got it from the FTC the other day, is that individuals are either calling or they're going door to door and they're offering to do grocery shopping or supply runs for older adults. They are getting, if they're calling over the phone, they're getting credit card or bank card information. They're saying they need that information and give them a list, and they'll pick up the supplies and they'll go and get the things for you and drop them off. Sometimes they'll come door to door and take the money and take a list and say they're going to go and get the things and drop them off. Just beware. This is likely a scam. Really beware of giving your information or money to people you don't know. I know a lot of our older adults are not leaving the house right now, are homebound, very high risk, and don't want to go out and do their own shopping and things. A better alternative is if you have someone that's close, a loved one, someone you can trust, that may be someone to call and see when they do their store runs, if they can do yours and leave the things on the front porch for you. We do that for my aunt. Another suggestion, maybe Instacart. If you can go on Instacart, if you're familiar with apps and how to use those, you can go on Instacart. It'll populate with the stores in your area that they service. You put in your order, you pay through the app, and then an Instacart shopper goes and picks up your order, and then they bring it and drop it off at your front door. Another that I've been telling people about is Kroger has grocery pickup. So you can go on the Kroger website or the Kroger app. You can put everything in your basket. You pay for it through the app or the website. Then you go and you'll see the sign to tell you to go to the pickup area. You'll call a number and you'll tell them your name, and they'll bring the groceries out for you and put them in your trunk. Some of the Krogers do deliver if you're lucky enough to live by one that delivers. That's possible as well. I've been doing a lot of the pickup because I don't like getting out the car and going in the store either. But just beware of people offering to do your shopping that you don't know very well. They are taking bank card information and making other charges to those cards, or they're running off with the money of individuals. A call that I got very early on, I think it was like 2 weeks ago. There was an older lady, and she was in Birmingham, Michigan, and someone called her over the phone and said a nephew was in the hospital with COVID-19 and that they needed money for his care. They wound up getting away with $27,000 from this individual. It is, I don't know if you've heard of the grandparent scam, but this is very much similar to the grandparent scam, where they call you and say a grandchild is in trouble, in jail or something, stuck outside of the country, and they need money. They need your help to get them, and you give them money and they'll go and get this person out of jail. And then you just give them money to a stranger. The best advice that I can give for that one is to always verify. You know, I tell people to try to call that person, try to call the parents of that person, try to call another trusted family member to verify what's going on. And also in this case, again, I think the number one rule with scams is never give money to strangers. If I don't know someone, I'm not going to give them money. I don't care what you say, you know, you can give the money to my friend, John Smith. No, I don't know John Smith. In this case, she was told to wire the money. Luckily, a bank teller she was told to wire $30,000 by wire transfer. Luckily, a bank teller had the wherewithal to deny the wire transfer, which they don't do a lot. So that was good. But she took out $10,000 from the bank and had them come to her house and pick it up, which was very dangerous. Then they came back and picked up another $7,000. And then they received $6,000 in gift card numbers. I also tell people, once you give people gift card numbers and things, or use Western Union or something like Green Dot, iTunes, gift cards, it's impossible to get that money back. Those forms of payment in cash, scammers use them a lot because it's almost impossible to get that money back. So you want to really listen to how people are asking you for money, as well as people asking you for money. And then the final thing that I want to talk about with COVID-19 scams is a lot of people are selling cures, protective medicine that will stop you from getting the virus, vaccines. There is no cure, treatment, or vaccine for COVID-19 approved by the FDA. So if anyone is calling you, or if you see any ads where people are offering you those things, they are more than likely trying to scam you. They are trying to scam you. So you don't want to go around buying those things and giving people money for those things, because it's not going to benefit you, and you're just going to spend money for something that really isn't going to benefit you and doesn't mean anything. I had someone who was told that COVID-19 was not real and was a result of 5G technology. And they spent over $1,500 on things to protect their cell phones, radiation-proof jogging suits, so many things, and they're a waste of money essentially. So they got something for the money, but was it worth $1,500? No. And is it going to protect them from COVID-19? No. And so I want to let everyone on the call know that we are still working and we are still offering our one-on-one services. We also are still offering free presentations on scams and identity theft. If you have a virtual platform set up, we'd be more than happy to come and talk to, anyone who you have on that platform about scams and identity theft. And then we're also offering the no-cost one-on-one service if someone finds themselves a victim of a scam or identity theft throughout this time. And it doesn't just have to be a COVID-19 scam related scam. It can be any type of scam. We're available for phone counseling, virtual counseling. I will do FaceTime, however you feel comfortable. We're just not meeting one-on-one. My name is LaToya Hall. You can reach me by phone. My phone number is 313-664-2608. I am also reachable by email. If you want to email me, you can email me at l.hall, Hall, at wayne.edu. You're muted, Councilwoman. Okay, I just unmuted.
Okay, thank you. And I know you have to leave. I just want to ask you a couple of questions that I was asked on social media before you leave. And the first question I'm going to ask is, does the Social Security office ever call you? I keep getting voicemails to return their call.
So I can't say no to that because, IRS never calls for back taxes, but sometimes the state of Michigan may call you from the Department of Treasury and people get those things mixed up. So Security is not going to call and ask you for personal information, but I can't say that they never call. But I say if there's a question, don't answer that particular message. Don't call back the number that they leave. Find an independent number that you have for the Social Security Administration from some type of mailing or something that they've gotten from you, and call that number and ask them, is there an issue with my Social Security? I received a call saying that there was an issue and I needed to contact you all. Is there an issue? Because when you call a number that you have and you know that's the number, you know that you've called Social Security. When someone calls you, you don't know who's on the other end of that phone or where they're calling from. So if there's any question, I would say find a number that you have already for Social Security and call and ask them, is there a problem or a reason that you needed to contact with them?
Okay, and again, if you take that call, please do not give out any personal information. If you happen to just answer that call, and they're saying they are calling from the Social Security Administration, please do not give out any of your personal information. Do not give out your Social Security number. Do not give out any information that is personal information. If they are calling you, then they should have that information. I would not even verify that information. I would listen to what they have to say. If you want to listen, take down whatever they have to say, and then, as she indicated, call the number that you know is the number for the Social Security Administration. The next question, do you have any literature regarding do's and don'ts for senior citizens? I don't have any family to depend on to assist me.
I don't necessarily have literature with me right now. I do have some things at the office, but we can't get in, and of course I can't send them to you. If there's ever a question, I gave my name and email, and I'm always available for assistance. Don't think it's too small. Don't think you'll be bothering me. It is my job. So if you don't have any family to assist you, that's actually what I'm here for. Most of my clients are the ones who don't have family and people to assist them. So feel free to reach out and give me a call and we can discuss, what's going on or your concerns.
Okay. I have been receiving checks in the mail to cash. Is this a scam?
I'm not sure where the checks. So a couple of things to think about. Where are the checks from? Were you expecting the check from that person? Because no one's just sending you money for no reason. Are they asking you to cash the check and then send them back money as an overpayment? Because if they are, that's definitely a scam. When in doubt, ask the bank teller what they think about the check. Another thing too is to really look the check over, look at who sent the check, Google that name with scam behind it. Sometimes it'll come up if it's a scam. Enough people have reported it. It's really hard for me to say if the check is a fake check without seeing it. I hate like giving answers like that when I don't really know. But I can say usually if you weren't expecting money from somewhere, that you're not going to just get free money. So I would be very leery of that. And I would really pay attention to where it came from.
And also putting personal information on that check, such as your driver's license number. If you go to the bank to cash it, do not put personal information on the back of that check when you cash it. So I agree. I would be very leery of just cashing a check that you're not expecting money, especially these days during COVID-19. No one other than the IRS, and that's not free money because you've already given that money to them, but no one is giving you free money. So please watch what you're cashing. The last question that I received on social media is, what is the one thing I should not do as a senior when someone calls offering services?
So I don't know about offering services. I would say if someone just calls you up out the blue offering services, I would not accept. The one thing that I tell people is never to give personal information over the phone: name, date of birth, social security number, bank card numbers, credit card numbers. You never want to give people that information over the phone for incoming calls. You don't, like I said, you don't know who's on the other end of that phone. People use spoofing technology where they can make it look like they're calling you from the council president's office and they're actually calling you from their cell phone. You just want to be really, really careful with incoming phone calls. A tip that I have that I always tell people: if you do not know the number, don't answer. And that's a tip that I use for myself. I just screen my calls. Like if it's a number that I don't recognize or a number that's not programmed into my phone, I don't answer. And if they leave a message, I listen to the message and I screen. And if they say something like they're calling from my bank, I don't call that number back. I get my bank card and call the number back on the back of my bank card. Something that people should know is the more of those phone calls you answer, the more of those phone calls you're going to get if they're scammers. So even if you don't give them any information or anything, just by the nature of answering the phone, you're going to keep getting those calls.
Okay, thank you so very much. That was the last question that I had from social media. Can you give your number out again? Because I know you have an emergency and you have to leave in case someone has a question for you. Can you just give your number out again?
Yes. My name is Latoya Hall, and I can be reached by phone at 313-664-2608. That number again is 313-664-2608.
I'm trying to write it down myself.
313-664-2608.
Okay, thank you so very much. And give your email address out again as well.
L.Hall, Hall, my last name, at Wayne, WAYNE.edu.
Thank you so very much for being here with us. I wish you much success on your emergency. God bless you, and
Thank you.
we look forward to talking to you again when everything has calmed down. God
Yes.
bless you and stay safe.
Thank you, Councilwoman Jones. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye, and again, thank you. Okay, so now we're going to go back and we're going to talk to our next panelist, which is Miss Crystal Hood. And Miss Hood is from Detroit Area Agency on Aging. And she will give us an update on the various programs offered by DAAA. Miss Hood, you have the floor. And thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, Council President Jones, and everyone. Thank you for welcoming me this morning. I am working remotely from home. I am the Director of Information and Assistance with the Detroit Area Agency on Aging. We have multiple community program services that are under my umbrella. So there are multiple things that we do within my department. I want to talk a little bit today about the services that we are currently doing, which of course, DAAA have been known by most of our community members for many years now. We've been in existence since 1980. Unfortunately, what we have been noticing is many people who have not yet come upon the age to need our services have never reached out to us. And so they may not be familiar with all of the things that we provide. We are most known for our staple Meals on Wheels, home delivery services. But we also provide in-home care assistance services for low-income seniors with Medicaid and Medicare as well. While working from home, DAAA are working remotely. All team members, all 150 or so of us are working from home. We are accepting live calls daily from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. So you should hear a live voice on the phone when you call our number, which is 313-446-4444. Our information and assistance team, clinical team, all nurses, social workers, our nutrition assessors, all of our interns and volunteer members are accepting calls and making calls. As LaToya, our previous speaker, did mention, there are a lot of scams going on. So we do caution our seniors about answering calls from strange numbers. And because we're working remotely, there may be some other numbers that you'll see. But any individual working with DAAA would definitely announce themselves as a member of the Detroit Area Agency on Aging. And if you still have any questions about that caller, you're more than welcome to end that call and call us back and ask whom you may have been speaking to and be directed to them. Just for safety precautions, I would, if you have any questions or qualms about that, I would suggest that that be done. With our services, we have a mixture of services, which include, like I said, the in-home care assistance. We have the Senior Community Employment Program for individuals who are 55 years and older. We have our Medicare and Medicaid Assistance Program, which offers counseling services to Medicare recipients if they have questions about their healthcare benefit and information that they need. We also have our outreach team who are vigorously working on some opportunities for providing virtual outreach opportunities to the community, because we want to continue to keep our name out there and let people know what we're doing in real time. We have a caregiver support program that we have just launched this year. And right now our coordinator is making contacts with individuals and caregivers out in the community with a caregiver work group that she has comprised of many of our community partners who are assisting with individuals who are in homes with their loved ones and their sole caregivers, mostly with individuals who have dementia. So we're working with those caregivers to continue to share with them the tools and the things that they need to maintain their own health while caring for their loved ones. We have our Prevent Elder Abuse program, which we are still accepting calls and information on with regard to individuals who might have some issues with seniors being abused or feel like they are being taken advantage of. They're welcome to contact us and speak with us directly, and we either will refer them on accordingly, or we will try and help field that, that issue that they're having. We have the nutrition program is our biggest, again, as our staple program. And what we have done to limit the exposure of not only our drivers who do those deliveries every day, but to our seniors as well. So rather than have the daily hot meals that are delivered Monday through Friday, they are currently being delivered once a week. They are receiving 5 frozen meals for the week in order to maintain their daily meal, supplemental meals, as well as not have a lot of people coming in and out of their homes. We're trying to limit as much face-to-face time as possible, but staying in contact with individuals on a regular basis via phone. There's also some congregate meal sites that we are set up with through the Detroit City Recreations Department. Those are the Farwell, Adams Butzel, Patton, and Williams Recreation Centers. And they're set up for curbside meal pickups. We ask that individuals contact us or those agencies directly to set up and be registered to pick up those meals the following week so that they're prepared and ready for them. They don't have to, they're contactless, they just pull up and the meals are put into their cars. And that's for safety reasons, of course. Among the 3,000 or so home delivered meal services that we already provide, with the state of Michigan's expansion of the Meals on Wheels program, we've added about 4,500 more. So we're working really diligently to get everyone those meals on a weekly basis. That is inclusive of some quarantine boxes and some additional assistance through private donations and Gleaners Food Bank. We are providing those wellness call checks as needed or as requested by seniors and their loved ones who are going on the State of Michigan website portal, and they are entering that information, which is fielded by us here at DAAA and other area agencies on aging, to provide those wellness calls, whether it be daily at a specific time or weekly, or again, as needed. We're wanting to stay in touch with as many individuals as possible to provide them with any information that they may or may not have. So it's really integral that we stay in contact with our community partners, such as yourself, Council President, and we really appreciate the forum to be able to advise individuals that we're here and we're listening. And if you have any questions or concerns, you can certainly call us. Again, our number is 313-446-4444. Our information and assistance team are ready and waiting for your calls. My direct number is the same telephone number, 446-4444, and my extension is 5342. And I have a phone at home, so you'll get me directly and it'll say DAAA on that caller ID. The portal for the state of Michigan will also allow you to enter information for volunteers who are interested to volunteer for delivery assistance and other telephone reassurance calls and such. All you need to do is fill that information out, and we are diligently contacting individuals back within 24 to 48 hours. If you call our number and just happen to get our voicemail, please don't hesitate to leave a message. We are calling those individuals back within a couple of days or as quickly as possible.
Can you give the numbers out again, Crystal?
Yes, ma'am. That telephone number is 313-446-4444.
And your extension again?
5342.
Okay. All right.
And we also have a website. I'm sorry. Our website is the DetroitSeniorSolution.org. And you can send information through us that way as well.
Okay. You have additional information? I know I cut you off to give that number again, and I don't know if you were given additional information.
Now, I was going to give you that website address, the DetroitSeniorSolution.org.
Okay. Thank you so very much. Remember, if you have questions for Ms. Hood, we have one more panelist, but if you press *9, you will be added on to be able to ask your question or make your comment to Ms. Hood. So again, thank you so very much, Ms. Hood, for that presentation. So yesterday, I received a call from our next panelist who was a late addition to this morning's show. And Ms. Evette Griffie called me yesterday to tell me about some resources, Detroit, DTE. I'm back from the long way way back. And I remember Detroit Edison, but it is now DTE. And so she called me to tell me about some resources that DTE was offering for our seniors. And we began with the conversation, and I remembered we had coffee and conversations this morning, and I asked her if she would join me for coffee and conversation. And she said, of course, as she always does when I call her for something. She's always right there, Johnny on the spot, and I don't care which position she's doing, where she's at. She calls me and let me know, and I call her whenever I need her for something, and she's always there to assist me. And that is the same of all of our panelists. And I truly appreciate each and every one of you all. So here she is. Let me introduce you to Miss Evette Griffie, and she is with DTE. You have the floor.
Thank you, Madam President. Thank you so much for inviting me. I couldn't think of anything I'd rather be doing. This is probably the most exciting meeting I have on my calendar today. I just wanted to spend some time making sure that that seniors are aware of what DTE really is offering right at this time. So the first thing I want to start off by saying is that DTE has made the decision that we are not shutting off any seniors or low-income customers between now and June 1st. So if you receive a call talking about shut off, that's not us, because we're not shutting customers off between now and June 1st. And so I just want to have a conversation though about some other programs. What I don't want to happen is a lot of times customers will wait until June 1st and you're still going to be billed for the services that you use. And a lot of times customers will wait until June 1st and now they get a bill sometime in the summer and it's big because they haven't been paying. And so what I want to do is get ahead of that. I'm encouraging all customers to give us a call. We can work with you on a payment plan that makes your bills more manageable. We don't want you to face a huge bill sometime this summer that will be harder to pay. And so there's also funding that's available for those who might be under a certain income level from the state. And we want to connect you with those resources. So the state has a program called the State Emergency Relief Fund, and there are dollars for you. They will pay your bill, pay a portion of your bill for you if you meet eligibility requirements. And so we're asking all of our customers to give us a call and let us know what your situation is. Not just seniors, but all customers. If you think you're going to have a problem, give us a call now. We want to help you. We want to be there for you. There are a number of programs that we put in place to respond to COVID, and specifically with seniors. And I know there's a lot of panic around scams. So we also have a lot of programs that we're doing trying to prevent scams. So I loved what our previous panelist was talking about, because I've gotten some phone calls that these scammers are very diligent. So we have a number of scammers who can replicate our phone number. And so you think it's DTE, but it's not. And so we're asking that DTE will never call you and demand payment, ever. We will send a letter in the mail. We'll never tell you to pay right now or your service will be shut off. That's not us. If you get a call from anybody and they say they're DTE and it feels a little bit off, just hang up the phone and call us back. That way you know you're speaking with a real DTE person who will not scam you and who can talk to you about your account status. The other thing I want to say is that if we have, unfortunately, a lot of people in our community that are dealing with COVID on a medical basis, and that unfortunately may be happening throughout the year. And we want our customers to know that if you are somebody who has been medically impacted by COVID or any other medical issue, you can always call us and we will place a hold on your account. And so to make sure that you are not stressed about your bill while you're dealing with your medical situation. And so we really implore all of our customers to, I always say, if you are stressed about any part of your bill, give us a call and let us try to work with you as soon as possible. DTE is very committed to trying to work with our customers during this time. We are actively in the community trying to monitor what's happening so that we can be very responsive. We are cognizant of the fact that this is a very hard time for a lot of people in our community, and we want to be there to support. And so if there are ways that we can help, we will. And we're just so thankful to have this opportunity to come and talk directly to you, because I know there's a lot of misinformation out there. It can be hard to find out what's the truth. And so hopefully this is helpful information that will help assist you in the next coming months. So if you have any problems at all, I'm going to give you the number to DTE that you can call to reach us, and that is 1-800-477-4747. If you think you qualify for the funding that I was talking about earlier, the state emergency relief funding, which will apply a crisis payment to your bill, you can go to a website. It's called My Bridges, M-I Bridges. It's a the state of Michigan program, and you can apply there, or you can call us and we will get you assistance. I do want to call out to a few of our agency partners. So we work very closely with agencies to try to identify the need. And so this is not just for need with your utility bill, but if you have any kind of need, if you need food assistance, if you need housing assistance, I just want to make sure that you know where to go. A few agencies that we work with that I know can provide an even greater amount of assistance is United Way is a great partner. They have a line, the 211 line. So if you have any kind of, have a challenge or a need, I always implore people to call 211 because they can refer you to all kinds of programs, including the program that I just mentioned. We work very, very closely with an organization called THAW, the Heat and Warmth Fund. You can reach out to them. Their number is 1-800-866-8429. The Salvation Army is a great partner for us as well. We work very closely with Wayne Metro, and they have actually funding available, donation dollars available that they can assist you in paying some of your bills if you have challenges. And so if you have any questions, if you're not sure where to go, the two numbers that I would remember is to dial 211, which gets you to the United Way, or call one of my call reps. We're standing by ready to help anybody with any issue that you have. 1-800-477-4747. Thank you so much for allowing me to speak with your constituents, Council President.
Thank you so much for joining us at the very last minute, but you were providing such good information for our seniors until I just had to, even if you said no, I had to ask. If you don't ask, you don't know what you're gonna get. And so you graciously said yes, you accepted, and I thank you so much for being with us today. Again, we have with us as our panelists, we have Ms. Brenda Price, who is with AARP. We have Ms. Hood, who is with DAAA. And we had Ms. Hall, she gave her information, but she had to leave and she is with Wayne State University assisting our seniors. And we have Ms. Evette Griffie, and she is with DTE. And I do see one hand raised currently with questions. Remember, this is your time to ask questions or to make comments. And I'll always say, no question is a dumb question other than the question that you do not ask. And probably someone else had that same question and was thinking the same thing. This is a dumb question, so I'm not going to ask it. So a lot of times I think it's a dumb question, but you know what? I just asked a dumb question and I don't feel dumb asking it because I get the answer that I need. So I do see one hand, and I am going to call out the last 3 digits of your phone number, the last 3 digits of your phone number, and you will be able to ask your question or make your comment to our panelists. So I'm going to call out 338. 338 is the last digits of your phone number, and you are unmuted. 338.
Good morning, President Brenda Jones. I greatly appreciate you again. This is Sylvia Roland and all the guests that was on the line this morning with the coffee and conversation. I do have a question for Ms. Hood, I believe it is, with Detroit Area Aging. I wanted to know, at one time, you guys gave out the Detroit Senior Solution Guides. Do you happen to have any more of those booklets, and if so, how will we be able to get one with resources in it?
The guides that we once sent out are no longer in.
You're not coming through clear. Say it again.
Clear now.
If you will try to, if you have a cell phone close by, if you'll try to move your cell phone or any electronics that are nearby you, that may help.
Is that better? Can you hear me now?
Crystal, are you using computer speakers?
Yes.
You want to turn down your computer speakers. Let's try that.
Is that better? Am I coming through now?
No, that is not better. So how about we try to have you zoom out and zoom back in?
Okay.
Okay, so we can hold our questions for Crystal until she can zoom out and zoom back in. And Stacy, could you call Crystal as well? So if we have to have her call in audio, she has all the information that she needs to call in.
If
With her
you
cell phone?
go out and come back in, we will get that question answered. 338, we have not forgotten about you. We just want it to be clear for you to be able to get your answer so that you can understand. So she's gonna go out for a minute and then she's gonna call right back in, zoom right back in to give you that information. So we'll come right back to you, 338, when she comes back in. Do we have any other questions or comments from our callers? If not, I do.
Madam President, we do have a caller, caller 534. That's the last 3 digits of your phone number, caller 534. You are unmuted.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. So I had 2 questions. One for the lady with the DetroitSeniorSolution.org. In terms of doing the call checks, that's something that our neighborhood groups were talking about. And so do you work with neighborhoods if they want to set something up like that? Maybe you already have some ideas about how to set up a program like that. That was number 1. Number 2 is more a general question. I've been looking and I can't find current budget information. And my understanding is City Council is going to start discussing that on Monday. And where is that information available? And again, I would advocate to shut the land bank down and bring it back, but when will that be discussed? And where is the other budget information so citizens who want to participate can do so? And thank you. That's my questions.
So we do have the Citizens Assistance program today that will be coming on, but the clerk's office has all of the information, and the clerk's office are the ones that is putting out the information. City council members are not putting out that information. It is being put out by the clerk's office. And so the clerk's office is working at home, and they are putting out all the information on what is happening with council sessions. And on Monday, we will begin our executive sessions, which our executive sessions will be throughout next week, beginning at 10 a.m. So,
Council President,
yes.
if I may, so you will want to go to the Office of Budget, CFO's website, and that's where you will find any updated budget documents.
Okay. Do we have any, and for the young lady, Ms. Hall, that was on, did you guys write down her phone number so that she can contact her directly? No, I wrote it down, and that number is 313, I want to say it's 664, hold on, 664-2608, I believe it's the number she gave, 313-664-2608, and she can be reached at l.hall, Hall, at wayne.edu. So you can email her or give her a call. If that was not the correct number, and I think I wrote the correct number down, you can contact my office at 224-1245, and we will call you back and give you the information that you need. Do we have any additional callers?
Madam President, the only other caller that we have at this time is caller 338, and I think we're waiting for the person that's going to be able to answer her question to come back into the room.
Okay.
I remind our callers that if you would like to be able to ask a question, you can press *9 on your telephone, and that will allow you to raise your hand and have an indication. And we have a person that has done that, Madam President. We are going to unmute this caller. Your last 3 digits are 611. Caller 611, you are unmuted.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. This question that I have is for the representative from DTE. I would like to ask her, she spoke on plans for your utilities, for your electricity, if you shall fall behind. My question is, does it already have to be in shut off, or is your bill going to just be compiled? And after June 1st, are you going to be responsible for the whole bill? Exactly what is the framework for this? I only asked this because last month when I spoke to a representative from DTE, because I am on budget-wise planning, I didn't qualify for payment planning or anything because I had nothing in shut-off, but I didn't know how my finances were going to be going on, so I was trying to get a plan B into action. So can she kind of expound on that? And then she spoke on the state emergency relief fund. Do your bill, again, already have to be in shut-off for you to be able to utilize anything from the state of Michigan, that serve that she was speaking of?
Hi, I'm so happy that you asked your question. So I think I wrote them down, but if I don't mention something, please let me know and I want to answer. So first, let me just say that as it relates to the June 1st date for shutoffs, we're not shutting off seniors and low income between now and June 1st. Yes, when we start to bill you in June, your bill will be for, you're still receiving bills during this period of time. But when we turn back on, we will begin our normal billing process at that time. And so your bill will be for whatever is owed in June. What if you do not have to be in shut off to get on a plan. So what happened was a month ago, we were still in the process of finding out what was happening with COVID. It was still very new. And so since then, my team and I have come together to develop a process so that if you are not yet, you're not yet in shut off, you can still enroll in a plan. So that's why I'm urging people to call, because each plan is personalized based on your personal situation. So you do not have to be in shut off status to get a plan. Give us a call and we can enroll you. You don't even have to have a bill due. If you call me now and tell us what's going on, and you can show that you're trying to get some assistance. So if you, for example, have applied for unemployment and you can show us that you've just applied, just send us the verification that you've applied, we can give you more time to pay your bill. And we will be offering that program throughout the COVID situation. I think your other question was around the state emergency relief funding. You do not have to be in shut off. You just have to, there's a number of there's an eligibility requirements, and I'm going to, this program is offered through the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. To be eligible, you have to meet certain income requirements, but you don't have to necessarily be in shut off. You have to just prove that you are that you meet these requirements, and then they can also, if you fall below these income requirements, not only can you get one-time assistance, but you can qualify for what's called our low-income self-sufficiency program, which will help lower the portion of the bill that you have to pay every month for a period of time. So I strongly advise you, I'm going to give you the website that you can go learn more about this program. It's called My Bridges. Let me just find the website for you. 1 second, I'm sorry. I don't want to give out the wrong website. So the My Bridges program is michigan.gov/mybridges, MI-Bridges. You go to that website, you can learn all about the program. I encourage you to apply as soon as possible, because it takes some time for them to approve you. But you don't have to necessarily be in shut off. You just have to prove that you need assistance and that you qualify based on your income. But again, if you have any questions, give us a call.
Can you get a website again? I'm sorry. That website again?
It's Michigan, www.michigan.gov/MIBRIDGES, My Bridges, MI.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
All right, and now we have Ms. Hood back on the line. And if we can unmute, I think 338 was the caller that was asking Ms. Hood the question. Can you repeat the question that you was asking Ms. Hood again? Caller 338, you are unmuted.
Yes, hi. Good morning, Ms. Hood. How are you?
I am well.
That's much better.
Hello.
Can you hear me
awesome.
now?
Thank you. Thank you for the honor. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Can you ask your
Hello?
question? Can you ask your question?
Okay, great. Okay, my question. Yes, my question was for Ms. Hood. I just wanted to know, you guys once had a resource guide for Detroit Senior Solutions. Was a guide, a lot of resources in. I wanted to know if you guys still have those guides, and if so, how can I?
So can you hear me?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So we do not have those same guidebooks, the Detroit Senior Solution guidebooks in production any longer. However, we have just this fall created a new one, updated with all the resources and information that was once in the previous guides, and those are being completed to be distributed. It would have been early spring, but of course, amidst the pandemic, we had to stop on some of those things, but it will be available and will be distributed into the community. So you can look forward to that, and we'll make sure that we announce that on our website when they are available.
Okay, all right, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much. We had Ms. Branch on the line with us, and I think she stepped away for a moment. I will introduce her when she comes back on the line. I see her coming back. Miss Branch, good morning to you. Good morning to you. I would like for you to just introduce yourself and just talk about what you have to offer. You are unmuted.
Oh, good morning, folks. My name is Afton Branch, and I'm here from U of M's Poverty Solutions to talk about the stimulus. I know we've been hearing a lot about the stimulus these days, so I want to make sure that everybody on the phone has the correct information. So I just have a couple things to talk about, and then I'll be on for questions if you have anything further to ask. So if you normally file taxes, the good news is you don't have anything to do. So the IRS should be sending you a check very soon. But if you'd like to get your payment faster, you can go to irs.gov/coronavirus and enter your bank account information. So the IRS can only send about 5 million checks a week. So if you give them your direct deposit information, you will likely get your stimulus check faster. Now, if you don't normally file taxes, there's two situations I want to call out to everybody on the phone. So one, if you normally get Social Security, SSI, disability payments, and you have no dependents, you don't need to take any action. You should get your stimulus payment the same way that you get your normal Social Security payments. Now, situation number two, if you get Social Security, disability, but you have dependents under 17, it's really important that you go to irs.gov/coronavirus/economic-impact-payments and enter in your information.
Can you give that again?
Sure. irs.gov/coronavirus/economic-impact-payments. You need to go to that website and enter in your information in the non-filers section. That way the IRS knows that you have dependents living with you and that you should go ahead and receive that $500 check for each of your dependents under 17. This is something really important for seniors who are taking care of their grandkids and don't normally file taxes. I also wanted to address a couple of frequently asked questions that we're getting about the stimulus. Some folks are curious, is this a government benefit? Will I see my food stamps offset? Will I see a reduction in housing subsidies, anything like that? So no, the stimulus payments are tax credit payments. They're not income, so you should not see any reduction in any of your benefits payments. So number two, people have been asking us, do I have to pay this back on next year's tax return? No. So this payment is an advance on next year's tax return. You will not have to pay it back. The reason that the IRS is processing this so quickly is they just want to make sure Americans get this money as soon as possible. Last note, this is very important related to our earlier conversation about scams. The IRS is never going to text you. They're not going to email you or call you about these economic impact payments. So if you see anyone posing as the IRS in your social media, on your cell phone, that is likely a scam. The IRS is very swamped right now, so they're not going to be calling you. So if you have any questions about your particular tax situation, your particular stimulus situation, you can call or text me. I work for U of M, and we're trying to make sure that all Detroiters and all Michiganders get their checks. That's what we're working on right now. So my cell phone number is 567-318-3027. I'm going to give you that one more time. 567-318-3027. And my name is Afton again, and I work for Poverty Solutions at U of M. Thanks, Council President.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Again, if you have questions or comments that you would like to ask, press *9. Talking, I am just talking away and I was muted. So if you have questions or comments that you would like to ask our panelists we have on the line, please press *9 and we will unmute you. I do see a couple of hands that are raised I think we had 611 on. I don't know if 611 has another question. 611, do you have another question? Can you unmute 611? Do you have another question, 611?
Yes, yes, I do. Thank you, Council. Thank you, Council Member Jones, if I said that correctly. I have one more question. I think the representative said her name was Ashton. So this question is for her. She spoke on a stimulus payment, so thank you for that information. But what do you do if you have not received yours yet? And I did do my direct deposit a week ago, and I have not received anything. So what information do you have for other residents that may also be in my same category as not have receiving their stimulus payment as of yet?
Thanks for the question. So right now you can go to the IRS website and look for Get My Payment and check the status of your payment. They should be giving you a date when you will receive your payment. Unfortunately, they're pretty swamped right now, so there's a couple of reasons you might not see that status information. One, you get your information through Social Security. They're right now working with the administration to get those payments out, so that status is not available. And then the other reason is if you recently updated your direct deposit information, like me, they don't have that updated yet. So I've been checking every day. The IRS updates the website once a day. So unfortunately, all you can really do is just check the website once a day to see when you'll get that status update.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. And I also see 534 hand raised. 534, you are unmuted.
Yes, Madam President. Joanne, go right ahead.
Yes. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, you hear me? I'm sorry.
Yes.
So I was looking online while we were here, and I'm not sure where exactly to find the information on the budget. And I also wanted to ask, because I know that specifically about the land bank, I heard that there would be discussions about it in executive session on the 27th, and I don't see that. Maybe I haven't found it.
Okay, I don't have that information handy in front of me because we're dealing directly with senior events on this call. So if you would call the office and leave your number, someone will give you that information if you don't see it up on the website, but I don't have it handy with me right now.
Okay, well, if I can just say, I do think the land bank is relevant to senior issues because the land bank took my senior citizen's house next door through the nuisance abatement program when she was paying her taxes. So, I mean, it is the land bank is impacting seniors. They are selling land. In my neighborhood right now, all sorts of for sale signs popped up that are realtor signs, and most people don't even know it's the land bank. And so I also wanted to know what is City Council, and I commend Council President Jones for voting no against the land bank. But with all these problems, and the discussions are going to happen next week, and there's very little information out there. I just want to know what is City Council's plan in dealing with the land bank. Is it going to continue? I mean, I don't see why we can't bring all the operations back to the city and put it all under the charter where it should be.
Again, Ms. Warwick, this was not a land bank conversation. This conversation was dealing directly with things that are impacting the seniors, dealing with AARP, dealing with DTE, dealing with stimulus checks, and dealing with the questions that the seniors had, and dealing with Detroit area agency on aging. I just rather say D333. That was what these questions are primarily on, and I do not have land bank answers directly in front of me for this particular call. So we will get that information for you, Ms. Warwick. Thank you so much for calling. I don't see any hands raised, but I do have some questions from our social media that I would like to address. And I'm going to start off with AARP, Ms. Price. I have some questions from social media. And the first question is, are you aware of any drugstores that would deliver medicine for free or a fee so I don't have to leave the house? You are unmuted.
Great. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I am aware, not from an AARP perspective, but from the perspective of just living in Detroit, that CVS has a delivery service, and I do believe it is $5. And you can call your local CVS to get that information.
Okay, thank you. And I'm also aware of CVS because they have also called and left a message to say to me that they would deliver the medicine if I wanted it delivered. I do see a hand raised. I do have some other additional questions, but I want to go to the caller that is on the phone, and that is 122 are the last 3 digits of your phone number. 122, you are unmuted. One, two, two.
Madam President, I do not see caller number 122 in our list.
Okay, that
They
was
may have fallen off. Hopefully they'll
showing.
call again.
Okay, thank you. That was showing up on my screen. So I will go back to the questions
Oh, they're
that
calling back in right now, Madam President. If you could hold just a moment. Caller 122, you are unmuted.
I'm on the phone. I'm on. Hello?
Good morning. You are unmuted. The last 3 digits are 122. You are unmuted. Can you go ahead with your question?
Hello, I am 122. 122. Hello, go ahead.
Go ahead, ma'am. We can hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry. I called you yesterday. Good morning, Council President.
Good morning.
I called you yesterday.
This is a 122. You are unmuted. Can you go ahead and say
hello? I am 122. 122. I called yesterday. Okay, I called yesterday about maybe medical people coming to the senior buildings to test the people.
And on yesterday, I informed you that I am working on that. I've not gotten that to happen yet, but I am still working on that. And I will continue to work on it. With the city of Detroit, I will continue to work to try to get someone to come out to the senior buildings to test people. If you can call my office at 224-1245 and leave the senior building that you are actually in, we will see what we can do to get someone out to that building if that is an emergency. So if you will call my office again at 224-1245 and leave the information on the senior building you are in to see if we can get someone out to that senior building. Okay, thank you. I also see that we have been joined by Nicole Sherrod Freeman. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Council President.
Is there some information you would like to share with us?
Yes, just very briefly, thanks for the invitation to join. Just an important update for those who receive SNAP benefits and Social Security survivor benefits. If you receive either of those benefits and you are thinking of filing for unemployment, please contact your case manager, your DHS case manager, or the Social Security Administration before you file. Receiving unemployment benefits could make you ineligible for SNAP and for Social Security survivors benefits. If you receive Social Security disability and you're in a low-wage job, you were laid off, you can apply for unemployment. The state says that you can receive both at the same time. But again, for anyone receiving SNAP benefits and Social Security survivors benefits, please be sure to talk to your case manager before you apply for unemployment so that you don't get kicked off your other benefit.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Nicole Sherrod Freeman.
Thank you,
Council President, this is Stacy. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Council President? Okay. Nicole, I'm not sure if this had been covered already or not. Did someone talk about the banking options that the city is working on to help people with their stimulus checks?
Yeah, so I'm happy to address that. And Afton, if you're aware, of course, you can weigh in here. But there are two things that the city of Detroit and the mayor have worked on with Council President's support for those who do not have a bank account and who are getting a stimulus check. So the first thing to know is that you should go to the City of Detroit website. You scroll down to sort of the middle of the page. There's a button that says "Get my $1,200 stimulus check." If you click on that button on the City of Detroit's website, it leads you to all the tools and the resources you need, including a list of the 7 banks in the city that are offering free or low-cost checking accounts. Because the fastest way, and maybe Afton said this, to get your stimulus check is by direct deposit. So that's one option. First Independence, Flagstar, Bank of America, and JP Morgan Chase are 4 of the 7 banks that are offering bank on accounts. That's number one. And then the second thing is, if you have a paper stimulus check and you don't have a bank account or a banking relationship anywhere, JP Morgan Chase will cash that check for you for free. So as long as you have 2 pieces of identification, what the city has worked out with Chase is that they will cash that check at any JP Morgan Chase branch, any neighborhood branch for free. They will only cash the stimulus check for free. So you can't take any other checks that you get if you don't have a checking account there, but they will cash your stimulus check without a fee.
Let me ask a question of either one of you, Ms. Branch, or you, Ms. Sherrod Freeman. If in fact because at one point, I know they were saying in order to receive the stimulus check, you would have to have filed your 18 or 19 income tax. If a person did not file their 18 or 19 income tax, the year 18 or the year 19 income tax, will they still receive the stimulus check? And if not, what do they need to do to receive that check?
You want to take that, Afton?
Yes, whichever one of you would like to take it.
Sure, thanks Nicole and thanks Council President. So if the person didn't file an 18 or 19, it sounds like they're not normally a tax filer. So if you have income below $12,000 or there's other situations why you don't normally file taxes, you can still get your stimulus check, but you do have to go to the IRS website, look for the non-filers button, and enter your identifying info. Oops, sorry, my cat jumped in front of my plant. You need to enter your identifying info and your bank account info, so the IRS knows where to send your payment. Because if you don't normally file taxes, the IRS won't know where to send your payment.
Okay, so if they don't file taxes and they receive Social Security, do they still need to do that, or will it just automatically come to them because they receive Social Security?
So if they receive Social Security, it should automatically come to them. But if they receive Social Security and they have a dependent, the Social Security Administration doesn't know about that dependent. So they need to go to the IRS website to let them know, hey, I have a dependent, please give me the extra $500 payment.
Okay, all righty, thank you so very much. And let me ask one additional question. If you normally file, but you have a dependent now and you never had a dependent, is there something different that you need to do? If you normally file, you file your 18 taxes but have not filed your 19 taxes, and you now have a dependent, you had a dependent during 19, but you didn't have one during 18 or 17 or 16, you're new to having a dependent, do you need to do something different?
Yes, so you should file your 19 taxes with that dependent information to get your payment. Now, a dependent, according to the stimulus, is someone who's under 17. So unfortunately, if you have an adult dependent or you have a college student dependent, you will not get that dependent payment for them. But again, if it's a new dependent to you in 2019, go ahead and file your 2019 taxes to get that stimulus payment.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Ms. Sherrod Freeman, did you have anything else you wanted to offer?
Just one final point. The irs.gov site is easy to navigate for some. For others, it's a confusing web of tools and resources, and it's very text heavy. So, you know, as Afton said, you can certainly go to irs.gov and look for the right tools and resources, or you can go to the City of Detroit's website, click on Get My $1,200 Stimulus Payment, and the city has already taken out the hard work. They've lined up all the links to all the resources that you need. So please go to irs.gov if you'd like, but the simplest way is to go to the City of Detroit's website and click on the Get My $1,200 Stimulus Check button. That's all, Madam President. Thank you.
Thank you. We are coming close upon the hour to close our coffee and conversations. However, I do appreciate all of our panelists that have joined us this morning. I don't know if our panelists, I do have some other questions that were on social media that I did not get an opportunity to ask, but I like to be respectful of everyone's time, and because I said 9 to 10:30 and we are coming upon 10:30, I'm not going to be able to ask all of the questions that we have. So I am going to just ask the panelists, do you have any last word comments that you would like to add? And I'm going to begin with you, Ms. Price.
Yes, I would just like to remind people to go to our website if you have access, aarp.org, aarp.org. It is updated daily with information on COVID, federal legislation, so that you can stay informed and engaged about what is going on today that's impacting your life. Thank you very much for having me this morning, Council President.
Thank you. And you, Ms. Griffie?
I just want to remind everyone that if you find yourself with having a financial hardship, to give us a call. I'm going to give out the customer service number again. It is 1-800-477-4747. And again, that's DTE's customer service line. Please give us a call. We are waiting to help you.
Thank you. You, Ms. Hood?
Yes, Madam President. I would just like to say for any senior 60 years or older who are finding themselves in the home and hungry and not knowing how or having anyone to help them, please give us a call as soon as possible. We are here to help, and our number again is 313-446-4444, and you will be directed to a information and assistance specialist.
Thank you. You, Ms. Branch?
Nothing more to add. Just have a great day, everybody.
Thank you. And you, Ms. Nicole Sherrod Freeman?
Thank you, Madam President. Just two things. If you receive SNAP or survivor's benefits through Social Security, please talk to your case manager before you apply for unemployment. And the fastest way to get your stimulus check is by going to the City of Detroit's website and using the tools under Get Your $1,200 Stimulus Check. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all again. Thank you so much to our panelists for providing this great information to myself and our seniors. I want to thank Team Jones, who I always say does an awesome job. I truly appreciate my team. I think they have us all are working harder. Since we're working smarter via computer, we're working harder. Being at home, staying at home, as the governor has said. I think because we're at home, we're kind of like working around the clock, as opposed to most of us was working around the clock anyway, but we're working more so around the clock now. So I again want to thank everyone. That wraps up our morning, but I want you to join me again next Friday, same time, 9 a.m. for a 1 hour only coffee and conversation due to City Council's 10 a.m. scheduled executive session. I am going to have to cut our coffee and conversation or my water in conversation to 1 hour. Remember to call in today at 2 p.m. when I will be hosting a community digital meeting assistance outreach so you can participate in City Council's digital meeting. Also, I told you we're working much harder. I hope to talk to you again at 12 noon when we will launch our Highlighting Our Heroes. These are the men and women who go to work each day so we can stay home and stay safe. And those who volunteer to support them. We have a very special highlighting for today. If you know someone in the medical field, someone who works public safety, a store clerk, a delivery person, or any similar fields that are out working or volunteering to support these groups, please visit my Facebook page, www.facebook.com/CP Brenda Jones, to learn how to have them highlighted. Please follow me on social media or call my office at 313-224-1245 to get a complete listing of all my weekly digital media engagements. Yesterday, we had a great media engagement with spiritual and mental healing with Sister Farmer and also Bishop Edgar Van, and it was an awesome meeting. I've had a great time sharing coffee, tea, water, whatever your favorite drink is, and conversations with you this morning. In closing, again, I truly would like to give a special acknowledgement to all of the seniors, Everyone knows seniors hold a special place in my heart as I was raised by my grandparents. I love each and every one of you. Guess what? We're all in this together. I need you. You need me. We need each other to survive. You are important to me. So I'm going to stay at home unless I have to go out. And if I have to go out because it's something essential, I make sure I take care of everything I need to take care of while I am out. I'm asking you to stay home. If you must go out, please wear a mask. Keep yourself safe. Wash your hands with hot water and soap. If you do not have hot water and soap, please use some hand sanitizer. I keep mine handy wherever I am. It has been said, as most of you all know, I first tested positive for COVID-19, and it has been said that the virus can easily be spread to you from touching your face, putting your hands in your eyes, putting your hands in your nose, putting your hands in your mouth. It has been said that on an average, we do that 20 times an hour. I was just watching some of our panelists as we were sitting here, and they were touching their eyes, and they had their hand in their face. Please, if you feel you have to do that, grab your hand sanitizer before you do that. Also, if you feel you have to touch your eye, use the outside of your hand as opposed to the palm of your hand. But try to use hand sanitizer and cleanse your hands very well before doing so. Again, remember social distancing. Keep space amongst you, even if you find you're going to the store. Keep that space between you and the next person. Please practice social distancing. I am doing the same. Thank you. I appreciate you all. Again, I thank my panelists. I thank Team Jones, and I thank my seniors. Please share the information with someone else. Share the phone number with someone else. If you'd like to stay abreast as to what we are doing, please again call the office 224-1245. We will call you back and give you that information, or you can go to my page and get that information. I look forward to talking to you at 12 noon as we highlight our heroes. And this will be our first one. God bless you. Have an awesome and phenomenal weekend. And until we meet again at 12 noon or at 2 p.m., stay safe and remember I love you. And show love to someone else and show that compassion to someone else, because we are truly blessed to be amongst the living on this day, as so many people are having to say goodbye to their loved ones during this COVID-19. I love you all. Be safe. Have a phenomenal weekend. And until we meet again, God bless you.